The 2018 midterms followed the controversial 2016 presidential election. As a result of this election, we have seen increased partisanship and animosity in our politics. Many political scientists believe that how our elections turn out in the state of Missouri will be a good indicator of how other states around the country fare. We agree. First, let's take a look at Missouri's political background. From 2000 to 2008, Missouri was considered a toss-up state in presidential elections, even though the Republican Party won all three of those contests. The highest percentage during that time came from George W. Bush, sitting president, winning by 7 points in 2004. In 2012, this shifted, and Missouri became a right-leaning state with Mitt Romney winning the state by 9 points over sitting President Barack Obama. Donald Trump built off this momentum in 2016 and won Missouri by 18 points with 56.77% of the vote. In 2018, the Class 1 Senate seat for Missouri is up for election. Incumbent Claire McCaskill, a Democrat, is facing Republican challenger Josh Hawley, sitting Attorney General for the state. Furthermore, of all 8 congressional seats in Missouri, the most expensive race is taking place in District 2, where Republican incumbent Ann Wagner is facing off against Democratic challenger Court Van Ostrand.
McCaskill was first elected to the Senate in 2006, a year of Democratic gains. McCaskill was close to losing her seat in the 2012 presidential election until the Republican nominee Todd Akin made the controversial statement that a woman could not get pregnant as a result of legitimate rape, costing him the election. She won by 15.7 points, despite Romney winning by 9 points. McCaskill is challenged by Josh Hawley, the current Attorney General of Missouri. Having won an elected office and able to reliably raise money, Hawley is a quality challenger. Hawley has been running on an unequivocally pro-Trump platform and campaigns on representing Missouri's values. Hawley has been attacking McCaskill as a Washington liberal. Furthermore, Hawley is a Republican running in a Republican-leaning state. Missouri has voted for a Republican president since 2000. 48% of eligible voters are expected to turn out in 2018. The 2016 election had a turnout of 66.5%. McCaskill could lose if the individuals Hawley is motivating go out to the polls. McCaskill has voted moderately since her election in 2006, rather than along party lines, as she points out in her debates. This shows that McCaskill is thinking about her re-election and is trying to appeal to a more conservative state while maintaining her Democratic base.
Missouri's 2nd District falls in the eastern part of the state and consists mostly of suburbs and a portion of West St. Louis. The last census reports 581,131 eligible voters living in District 2. Prior to the 2010 redistricting, the district consisted mostly of Republican-leaning voters. After redistricting, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch reported the district held more Democratic-leaning voters, but still leaned Republican overall with a CPVI rating R+8. The last time a Democrat held District 2 was in 1991 when Joan Kelly Horn defeated a 2-term incumbent. Since 1993 on to the present day, Republicans have reliably held this seat. Todd Akin won in the year 2000 and held the seat as an incumbent for another 4 terms. In 2012, Ann Wagner won the seat with 60% of the vote, defeating Democrat Glenn Conan. Wagner has held the seat, winning 64% of the vote in 2014 and 58% of the vote in 2016.
The District 2 House race is between 3-time incumbent Representative Ann Wagner and newcomer Democratic Attorney Court Van Ostrand. Wagner has been the representative for the past 3 terms, consistently winning against a Democratic candidate by over 8 points. Her opponent Van Ostrand is showing signs of a blue wave coming over the district, as he has raised twice as much money in the summer fundraising leg than Wagner had, without the support of corporate PACs. However, Wagner has still raised millions more throughout the campaign than Van Ostrand has. One of the main issues they disagree on is healthcare, with Wagner strongly opposing the Affordable Care Act, while Van Ostrand supports the act but acknowledges it needs changes. However, Wagner refuses to do debates or town halls, making it difficult for her constituents or opponents to reach out and discuss issues with her. The polls show Wagner winning still, but Van Ostrand is trailing too far behind. While Van Ostrand is riding on the votes of suburban women for success, Wagner still has a red district that voted for Trump in the 2016 election on her side.
McCaskill's done everything that an incumbent should do in her situation to win. She has a large sum of money and has worked across the aisle, such as voting for 2/3 of Trump's judicial nominees. Likewise, Josh Hawley's done everything a challenger needs to have a chance at winning against an incumbent. He's able to raise a good amount of money, has won elected office, and says that the incumbent should be voted out. However, McCaskill won by 15.7 points in 2012, despite Romney winning by 9. This is most likely reflected by her advantage as an incumbent, which is the case in 2018. Trump did win by 18.6 in 2016, twice as much as Romney, but we do expect a drop in turnout during midterms against the president's interest. McCaskill's raised $28 million in individual contributions to Hawley's $7.9 million. Most polls have had Hawley up by 2 to 3 points recently, but 538 still has McCaskill with a 57% chance of winning. McCaskill has also won twice in a state that has historically gone to Republicans. Although many, such as the Cook Report, rate this race as a toss-up, we believe the fact that McCaskill has been proven to be willing to reach across the aisle, in addition to the money she's raised, and with the powers of her incumbency, that she will inch out over Hawley to secure her re-election by a margin of 2 to 3 points, or 51% to 49%. Missouri's 2nd District is home to the highest number of voters out of all of Missouri's districts. This makes it a political battleground for both the Senate and the House. Incredible amounts of money are being spent in the district, separating it from many of the other House races in the area. Missouri is going to be a battleground for control of the government in the 2018 midterms, and its 2nd District will be where most of the fighting will be. Van Ostrand is being set up to start a blue wave in Missouri. Democrats have set up a challenger and organizational apparatus to inspire motivation in the district with the highest turnout. However, Van Ostrand faces a tough fight against 3-term incumbent Ann Wagner. Van Ostrand has been raising large amounts of money, especially in the last quarter of the election, and has been endorsed by the local Missouri newspapers. Bennett Wagner has all the pieces in place to secure her fourth election to the Missouri 2nd District. She has been elected to the district 3 times with an average advantage of 25.1%. Wagner has also raised almost $1 million more than Van Ostrand, and Van Ostrand has also never held elected office. In other words, Van Ostrand can hardly be called a quality challenger. In the end, Ann Wagner is a strong incumbent in the 14th most Republican state in the country. She has the money, the experience, and the advantages of incumbency on her side. While Van Ostrand does not have the necessary funds or experience to flip this district blue, we expect Wagner to win by 8 to 10 points or 51 to 43%.